Welcome back to our kitchen where we always have the yummiest surprises up our sleeves. Clem, how do we get started?
So today's recipe is, I think, the easiest recipe I've ever done. And I've got no knives, no spatulas, and nothing, because you don't need that.
Wow.
So we're gonna do a Chakalaka braai pie. Okay. So we're gonna stuff it with boerewors, but we add some extra spice to it by adding the Chakalaka. I love Chakalaka, but I have to confess,
I do too.
I don't make mine.
You don't make yours?
No, I buy mine.
I love making mine from scratch.
So I know where I'm going to be getting mine from now on, from you.
Yeah, I'll bottle it for you.
It's an instant way to add so much flavor to any savory dish. I absolutely love it. So let's get started. So the boerewors that I'm using today is obviously from Woolies, and it's so flavorful. It's got so much spice and just like love. Boerewors is something you need love when you make it.
Yeah, it's comfort food.
And you also, because you have to understand your preference of what food you like, because some people might like more coriander, more cumin. That's why you're going to play around with it. I find this one is perfectly balanced.
Right.
Always good with some extra chakalaka, just for that heat. It works so well. So keeping things real simple, what you're going to do is just open it up. And I'm using the Woolies all butter puff pastry.
Right.
And
we love this pastry.
This is the only pastry in life you should ever use when it comes to puff pastry. This is the only one. So just give like a nice little sprinkle of it. I'm keeping things so easy. I'm going to actually let the sausage do all the spreading for me. And check it out, I'm using the hot chakalaka.
The hot chakalaka.
Because there's like...
Oh, so it comes in different heats.
Let's not play around with mild chakalaka. Like, that's like saying I went to amusement park to look at everyone else ride the rides.
Yeah.
No. Okay, go for the hot one. Cool, so then...
I love the smell of the stuff.
I do as well. So, really easy. They come in, the big pack come in 2 parts already. So all I'm going to do is just spiralize one. So one pack should be able to make 2 braai pies. Straight in the middle.
Oh, just like that?
Just like that. Super easy. But now, talk about super easy, I like things super cheesy as well to go with it. You gotta have a bit of that melt. So I was taking some mozzarella. You can use any cheese at this stage.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't have to be a really malty cheese, but I like the mozzarella just because like when you slice into it, you pull it apart. It's really cool. So like I said, you don't need to use this cheese because chocolate's got a lot of strong flavor in there.
Yeah.
You can play and go bold. You can even do blue cheese. Blue cheese and chakalaka is a thing.
Is it a thing?
Yes, it's so good.
Okay. I wouldn't have put those 2 flavors together.
So we're going to play around. I think we're going to, coming up like soon in a recipe, I have to do something with chakalaka and blue cheese.
Okay, that's a promise.
So what I like about this dish as well, you can do everything outside. Everything. You don't need to be in the kitchen prepping, because all these things, we haven't used a single fork, a single knife. It's so easy. So then the second sheet of pastry, because you get 2 sheets in a box, goes down. And now you can get fancy. You can like practice some crimping methods to get everything in there. I'm gonna do just a simple like fold and pinch. But all you wanna do is just ensure that nothing's gonna come out of the pie. Right. But then again, if it does, it's not gonna matter.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal at all. So we don't have a braai in the loft. I asked. They said, no, Clem, it's not a good idea. They don't know, people don't know, but like, you know, I love playing with fire in the kitchen. Exactly, so I got immediately shut down. They said no. So that's why this recipe works really well on the braai. It really does, but you got to cook it over low heat.
Low heat, yeah.
Don't be getting furious, because there's butter in there, so it will catch on fire. Don't do that.
And would you put it directly on the grid?
On a griddle, on the braai grid, yeah. And then from a height, on low coal, just let it go. Perfect, but we're going to do it as in the oven. But we're still going to get that braai feel, that braai taste and sense because we've got the boerewors in there, so we've got those signature spices.
Yes.
So what you can do at this stage is, I don't like ever glazing my puff pastry because there's so much butter in there, it's going to go brown anyway. So that's perfectly fine. But if you wanted to give it a light brush and maybe sprinkle it with some black sesame seeds, I like the crunch.
Okay.
And I like the slight nuttiness you get from it. And this is like a single brush. Obviously, if you're doing it on the braai grid, you'll do both sides.
Yes.
So while the first one's down, turn it around and then just brush again and sprinkle.
Okay.
So it goes into the oven, I'd say for about 35 minutes at 180. Over the braai, same thing. You turn it every 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Don't let it get too dark. So if I can pop this on the side, if you can take that from me.
You also have to be very careful, I guess, because it could fall out as you turn it. So you have to do it quite gently.
That's why you got to make sure that your crimp is nice and tight. You don't have to do crimp. You can take a fork. You just press the ends and make sure that everything's sealed.
Stays in there.
So as you can see, this one went into the oven, and we didn't crimp as well as that one. A little bit of the sauce came out, but that's totally fine. It's totally okay. Everything's still good inside there. The sausage is perfectly cooked, and the pastry is
so this is what it should look like.
Flavors. Yeah, you can play around with the shape.
Can we cut it and see what it looks like?
Sure. Let me grab a knife very quickly, Bond. Just give me 1 second. While I'm doing that, can you do me a favor? While I'm doing that, will you actually open the summer crunch salad for me?
Absolutely. Okay. I'll just open it like
because
this.
you know you can't just have We can't just be like braai pie.
We can't just have
We gotta
carbs.
have a little bit of a salad. So what I'm actually just gonna sprinkle the salad directly into the same dish. What I've also got is these amazing butternuts that have been stuffed from Woolies. Also can go in the oven, can be done on the braai. We're just gonna serve it just like that. I mean, we're keeping it rustic. I'm not gonna even serve this on a platter because it's
Just like
weekend.
that.
No one wants dishes.
Yeah.
The salad goes just like that. Then it comes with a dressing.
What dressing is that?
This is actually, it's a balsamic dressing.
Okay.
Balsamic, just, again, just like something sweet, just to cut through all the flavors you got going on in there.
Absolutely.
And then, Bon, I'm going to pass this to you, and I'm going to actually cut into it as you've requested.
Wow.
So I wish I could say that there
Very
was...
juicy.
Of course, because you've got the chakalaka that's in there. I'm going to try... Ooh, look at that. That's
look at
good.
that juice
It's that
oozing
cheese
out.
and it's that chakalaka.
And it's all the juices from the boerewors.
I'm going to turn it to the
Whoa,
side
look
so
at
you can see
that.
that. The boerewors is perfectly cooked. It's so saucy, so
That is
messy.
incredible.
You got two boys, you'll be doing a lot of laundry after eating this one. I don't mind
I'm
the
always
mess.
doing a lot of laundry anyway, even if it's just cereal. Thank you, Clem. It looks absolutely delicious. Now, the keyword for this recipe is pie. SMS the keyword to 33650 for the link to the recipe and the list of ingredients. Let's head back to the couch for more riveting conversation.